Hello my dear student, welcome to Nagesh Karasgi Orchid School channel. Myself Hina Patel going to teach you 7th grade mathematics. Already we had started with a chapter comparing quantity. Today we will learn in the detail about what is about a simple interest. How we borrow the money from the bank, what is the interest given by the bank. We will have different situations with the different examples. We will try to find out what is a simple interest and the rate of interest, principal amount in the detail. So we will have some example. We will try to explain and we will try to learn what about the simple interest. So we will have an introduction here. You can see some picture here which is of a bank. Here the charge given on a borrowed money or a simple interest. This is what we are going to learn today. A charge given on a borrowed money from the bank in the form of a simple interest. So here we will see the situation what it is. Here Sohini said that they were going to buy a new scooter. Mohan asked her whether they had money to buy it. Same situation we have in our daily life also. Sohini said her father was going to take a loan from a bank. Now the word loan, I think so you are familiar because last year it was explained. The money you borrow is known as an sum borrowed, or we can say as an principal from the bank. This money would be used by a borrower for the some time before it is returned. So when you are taking a loan from the bank, who is taking the loan from the bank? That is a borrower. If example, if I am taking a loan from the bank, I will take the loan for some time till I return the money. So for keeping this money for some time, the borrower has to pay some extra money to the bank. This is known as an interest. So bank will not give me money directly. So what bank will charge me? An interest. Again I will explain this. This money would be used by a borrower for some time. Means if the person is collecting money from the bank, he will use for some time before it is returned. For keeping this money for some time, the borrower has to pay some extra money to the bank. This is known as an interest. If example, if this person is borrowing 2,000 rupees from the bank for some time period, so he have to pay to the bank as 2,150. What is 150? Is extra money to the bank in the form of an interest. You can find the amount you have to pay at the end of a year by adding the sum borrowed and the interest. So I told 2,000 you had borrowed, and what was the interest you were going to pay in a whole year was 150 rupees. Sum means you have to add, that is 2,000 plus 150 is 2,150 that you have to pay to the bank. So what will be the formula for this? The amount what you are going to pay to the bank, that is amount is equal to principal plus interest. Principal is nothing but amount you borrowed from the bank, and what interest is charged by the bank, that is extra money you are paying to the bank when you borrow the money from the bank. So interest is generally given in a percent for a period of 1 year. So bank will give an interest or what for a period of 1 year, it is written as we say, that is 10% per year, or per annum. The word used as a per year or per annum, or in short as a 10% PA, that is per annum. In short we write as PA, that is per annum. So 10% per annum. So 10% per annum means 1 on every rupees 100. Listen carefully. On every rupees 100 borrowed, rupees 10 is the interest you have to pay for a 1 year. When you borrow a rupees 100, so what will be the interest? If it is 10% per annum, so on every rupees 100, you know the percentage calculated out of 100. So of every rupees 100 they have to pay a 10%, means how many? Is rupees 10. 10 rupees on a interest on a rupees 100 per annum. So let us take an example and see how this work. So we will learn with some examples, so it will be easy to understand, because this is a practical life example. Everyone should know it very clearly. So here one example is given as Anita takes a loan of rupees 5,000 at 15%. The percentage may differ from the bank to bank or person to person who are having a finance. So per year as a rate of interest. Find the interest she has to pay at end of 1 year. How much amount extra she have to pay at the end of an year. So 5,000 she has taken a loan from the bank at the rate of 15% per year, per annum, that is PA, or we can say SM, per year. So rate of interest, find the interest she has to pay at the end of a 1 year. So we will see the steps how we can write the situation step by step. The sum borrowed was how much? Anita has borrowed how many rupees? That is rupees 5,000. At the rate of interest was given, it is given in the statement as 15% per year or per annum. Both are same. This means if she borrows that rupees 100 is borrowed, she has to pay 15 rupees. We are seeing this, just considering a situation that if she take 100 rupees as 15%, then out of 100 she have to pay rupees 15 per annum as an interest for 1 year. If she has borrowed rupees 5,000, then the interest she has to pay for 1 year is equal to rupees 15 upon 100, because we had calculated out of 100. So out of 100 rupees, how much she have to pay is 15. So 15 upon 100 multiplied by what is her amount she borrowed from the bank was 5,000. So multiply it by 5,000, reduce this to this lowest term. So we get as rupees 750. 750, what it is? It is nothing but interest she have to pay to the bank when she borrows rupees 5,000. That is 15% interest is nothing but 750 rupees, which should be added to the principal, that is whatever the amount she has collected from the bank. So we will see the steps here. So at the end of the year she has to give an amount of rupees 5,000 plus rupees 750 is equal to 5,750. So we can write a general relation to find the interest for 1 year. Take a P as an principal, or we can say the sum of, or sum and R percent as a rate percent, rate per percent per annum. Per annum means it is for 1 year. The rate percent may change, period may change. So here we are denoted it as R, capital R percent. Now on every rupees 100 borrowed, the interest paid is rupees R. Interest paid is rupees R. What is R? It is nothing but rate of interest, or we can say it is interest. So general term we use as a rate of an interest. So these are the all terminology which is used in a bank. So therefore on rupees P, that is the principal amount, means total amount borrowed, the interest paid for 1 year would be the R, that is rate of interest, multiplied by principal, that is P, that is amount borrowed, upon 100. So we can say that is P into R or R into P. You know that it is a multiplication. So we can exchange the place, or we can change the place, but the product will remain the same. So P into R upon 100. So in this way we can find out what amount of rate of interest is given to us, what amount the have to pay to the bank, that is in the form of a interest. We had calculated that was 750 rupees as interest per annum, at the rate of interest was 15%, and the principal was 5,000 rupees. So in this way we had calculated the extra amount paid on with principal, that is total amount, that is amount plus interest, is equal to the total amount to be paid to the bank. So this was the situation. Step by step we had tried to understand. Now we will go for another, that is interest for multiple years. Multiple years we had learned here only per annum was only for 1 year. Here it was given only for 1 year, that was a fixed time, that is 1 year. Now we will see a multiple years. This term is used in a bank, and this is practically done when you have a business or something. They collect a loan, or they borrow the loan from the bank, and they pay an interest for 2, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, whatever it is. So we will see this, what will be the steps and the situation, how to pay the interest for multiple years. So we will learn this in a detail. If the amount is borrowed for a more than 1 year, the interest is calculated for the period the money is kept for. So how many years, what is the period you are keeping that money? If you are keeping this money, or you are using that money which you have borrowed from the bank for the 3 years, that is nothing but you are using that money, that period is 3. So for example, if Anita returns the money at the end of 2 years and the rate of interest is the same, then she would have to pay twice the interest, that is 750 for a first year and rupees 750 for the second year. This way of calculating the interest where principal is not changed. Here the Anita, she has borrowed 5,000 rupees, that is principal amount is not changed, but we know the rate of interest was 15% per annum per 1 year, but now she is returning after the 2 years, so she have to pay the double the interest, that is twice she have to pay the interest. That was the calculated amount was rupees 750. So 750 plus 750, that is she is paying for 2 years. So addition was possible when the principal is not changed. So principal amount was not changed, it was same as a 5,000 rupees. This way of calculating the interest where the principal is not changed is known as an simple interest. The word simple interest, we will calculate some example. We will have some example and we will try to calculate an simple interest, and we have a compound interest which you will learn in the next year. So we will learn in this year is a simple interest. As the number of year increase, the interest also increases. As the number of years increase means you are using that amount for 2 years, 5 years, the interest will also increases. For rupees 100 borrowed for 3 years, we are taking example of rupees 100, so it will be more easy for you how to understand. So for rupees 100 borrowed for 3 years at 18%, in the previous question was 15%, rate of interest was 15%, which is denoted by capital R. The interest to be paid at the end of 3 years is 18 plus 18 plus 18 is equal to nothing but, because the principal amount is same that we are taking here is 100. So what was the interest paid for the 3 years was 18%. Here also the principal amount is not changed. So we can write 18 plus 18 plus 18, or we can say that is 3 multiplied by 18 is equal to 54. Is rupees 54 is the interest to be paid on rupees 100 for how many years we are using 100 rupees? For the 3 years. So in this way we have to find out the amount of interest. Now we will see here, we can find the general form for a simple interest for more than 1 year. So we are learning that is interest for multiple years, more than 1 year. So we know that on a principal of rupees P at a R%, that is rate of interest, as per year, that is 1 year, the interest paid for 1 year is what? Therefore the interest I, we denote interest by I, that is interest paid for a term, that is a time, T is for the time, that is 3 years, 2 years, that is T years, would be, what will be this? Amount you have pay at a end of a year, would be the amount you have to pay at the end of a year is nothing but A is the amount, this is a principal, that what is 100 rupees, and this is interest after calculating that rate of interest was 15%, after calculating that is nothing but I, what you are paying interest. So always interest should be added to the principal amount, and that will be the total amount. So in this way we had seen that how the interest for the multiple years we take and how we have to calculate. If the principal is same, then we can calculate it very easily. Just in the case of a price related to it, if you are given any two of the three quantities in the relation, that is I, that is simple interest, P is a principal, T is a time taken, that is how many years, R is the rate of interest upon 100. The simple interest is equal to PRT upon 100. You would find the remaining quantity. If you know this, if the three terms are given, you can find out the fourth term. So in this way we had written the formula, and we will try to find out with some example how the formula will be applicable and how we can calculate. Here it is given, if Manohar pays an interest of rupees 750. Here interest is given to us. I had told in that formula, if you get a 3 item or 3 quantities, you can find out the fourth one. Here interest of rupees 750, that is interest is given for 2 years, that is time, on a sum of rupees 4,500 is nothing but the principal. Find the rate of interest. What will be the rate of interest which we get in a percent? 15%, 10%, 5%, we had calculated till 18%, that is rate of interest, which is denoted by capital R and percent sign. So the formula you are knowing now. What is simple interest? That is I is equal to PRT upon 100. Now again I will repeat for 1 or 2 examples, so it will be easy for you to understand. P is the principal, that is the total amount. T is the time, for how many years, and R is the rate of interest which is given on the 10%, 20%, 15%, 18%, that is nothing but rate of interest upon 100. So this is the formula. If you know the 3 of the quantities, you can find out the fourth quantity. Here we will just substitute this value. Here we had solved this example with the 2 solutions, which will be the easiest solution we will use for solving the other example too. Here we write here formula, that is I is equal to PRT upon 100. Therefore, what is the interest? 750 rupees was the interest, is equal to, that is I value is given to us in the statement, and what is the principal? Is 4,500, and T is a time period which is given as a 2 years, and R, that is rate of interest. Here find the rate of interest. The question itself says we have to find the R upon 100. Now here we are having a 3 quantities which values are given, so we can find the fourth quantity here, that is R is equal to this. You know very well, because you know how to find an variable we had seen in the simple equation. Take the variable aside and just rearrange these steps. So 750 upon 45 multiplied by 2. How it is? Here we had cancelled this 2 0. We had cancelled this 2 0. Now it is to the right hand side. When it goes to left hand side, it gets an reciprocal. That is, if it is in the numerator, it will go in the denominator. So after cancelling this, we get at an improper fractions. When we convert that improper fraction, we will get a mixed fraction, because we have to find out the rate of interest, that will be in the percent. So therefore the rate is equal to 8 whole 1 upon 3%. 8 whole 1 upon 3% is the rate of interest. So the interest what he paid was 750 on a rate of interest was when? What was the rate of interest? It was 8 1 upon 3. In the previous sum we had seen that it was the rate of interest was 18%. In the before sum we had seen the 10%. Here the rate of interest is low, that is 8 whole 1 upon 3%. Here we are having the another solution. Same statement we will solve by another method. For 2 years interest paid is rupees 750. So for the 2 years, when the principal amount was borrowed was 4,500, was for the how many years? 2 years. Same principal amount was for the 2 years. So the 2 2 years, how many rupees he had paid? Manohar paid 750 rupees. So for the 2 years, the interest paid is rupees 750. Therefore, for the 1 year, interest paid is equal to 750 upon 2. Reduced it. On reduction, we get as rupees 375. On rupees 4,500, interest paid is rupees 375. On rupees 4,500, interest paid was rupees 375. Therefore, on the rupees 100 rate of interest paid is equal to 375 multiplied by 100 upon 4,500. After reduction, we get as 8 whole 1 upon 3%. In the both the method, the answer will remain the same, where here we are finding a rate. It may be sometime interest, it may be sometime principal, and what will be the interest to be paid at the time period will be given to us. So the answer will remain the same when you can use any one of the method for solving this. Okay, hope so my dear student you understood how to find out. We will see some more example, so it will be more clear to you how to solve it. So we will try to solve some example sums from the textbook what we had learned, SP, CP, percentage, in this way. So tell what is the profit or loss in the following transactions. Also find the profit percent or the loss percent in each cases. Here first example is gardening. The shares brought for rupees 250 and sold at rupees 325. So our refrigerator brought at rupees 12,000 and sold as and 13,500. By seeing this, you know now SP, CP, that is selling price, cost price. So you in this way you can see the statement and you can find out it's a profit or loss. But here we have to find out an percent. It may be a profit percent or it may be a loss percent. So we will see example and we will try to find out. So here we will have one situation. We will see the cost price of a gardening sharks is equal to rupees 250. The selling price of a gardening is given as CP. SP is given to us, since here we can see by the amount what is SP is greater. So we can say SP is greater than CP. So therefore it will be an profit. So it will be an profit. So profit is equal to SP minus CP. So after SP minus CP means 325 minus rupees 250 will be rupees 75 is nothing but what it is, profit. Now you know the profit, so you can find out a profit percent. So profit percent is equal to profit upon CP multiplied by 100, which we had learned in the previous session. So profit upon CP into 100, what is profit? We get a profit as 75. Upon the CP was given to us in the statement, it is 250. So 275 upon 250 into 100 is nothing but after reduction we get as an 30%. So in this way we had tried to find out the profit as well as an profit percent in one of the situation. My dear student, please try to practice. Now these are the very simple example that when SP is given, CP is given, you can find out it is a profit or loss. But we had learned in this chapter how to find out profit percent, loss percent. So we will see some examples in the next session. Thank you very much.